Well, listen, it's going to be a high octane, it's going to be a thriller, it's going to be epic, I have the feeling, based on the way that these two have been, yes, getting us ready for this one. It is the headliner for the group stage. It's going to be Usmakabyle versus URMA. Enjoy.
We just knew, didn't we, Wes, that when we saw this as our final match of the group stages, one way or another, one of these two is going to be featuring in our final. We said it was a group of death, but these were the two we had our eyes on. We did not expect one of them to have to take out the other, to essentially step on the other's head to get there. Thanks, of course, as always, to Semra. But our focus entirely is on these two and on this match. URMA theoretically has the upper hand going into it, but there is no upper hand going up against Usmakabyle.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, I think there was a reason why we almost deliberately stayed away from talking about this game as the ball goes through on goal here. It's Gabriel Jesus.
Oh, there's a real chance for Jesus, and that's smartly down to his right for Ramsdale.
There's a reason why we deliberately stayed away from this game, because the names involved kind of almost sell this game on its own. You know, we didn't need to talk about URMA versus Usmakabyle. We always knew it was going to be a good game, but we didn't realise just how much is going to be on the line for these two.
I'm standing up for this one, Wes.
I will join you, happily.
Corner swung in. As Usmakabyle knows, he does need those 3 points here. Will be, if I'm correct, which I believe I am now, the red cursor and the second away strip will be Usmakabyle.
Yeah, from left to right is URMA, from right to left is Usmakabyle.
And it's almost unfathomable that we could be potentially seeing Usmakabyle not qualified for the World Finals. Things stay as they are. As things stand, he would be out in the group stages, but look out for URMA now. Trossard. Oh, Ketia was there. Rice will try and recycle for him. Don't blink, people, as Rice feeding Ketia. The first time ball to Jesus is met only by a defender. But Usmakabyle, man's legacy speaks for itself, but it's a legacy he wants to keep building. These are the types of legacy games you have to win. URMA, though, has a legacy he wants to build of his own. Odegaard with the 1-2 to Martinelli. Oh, across the floor to Jesus, and that cross-come shot there from Jesus was only ever going wide. No one able to latch onto it. And with the ball through for Gabriel Jesus, but we did say coming into it, Wes, you cannot go into this type of game against Usmakabyle knowing or thinking that a draw is enough. I only need a draw. You cannot do that.
No, you can't. You really can't. It's a recipe for disaster going into a game like this, knowing that you're on the hill and in the ascendancy as Ketia makes his way to the box. Jesus!
Oh, that is saved by David Raya. A very strong chance for URMA to really pile on the pressure. And I think it signifies that he understands exactly the point that we were making, Wes. He needs here. Seems counterintuitive. But to defend against Usmakabyle, you have to attack.
You have to, and you have to make those types of chances pay as well. Such is the tension, the drama that is filling the studio.
Oh, that's a great one too. Martinelli's touch lets him down. Ramsdale quick to it. We've seen just shades of that from Usmakabyle quite a lot today. Since that 6-1 win against Melian the King, we didn't get to see it off stream, but that was the first heat. Coming forward with Partey. Odegaard again, just a lack of sharpness exhibited so far, and now URMA can break. Gabriel defends. Something to keep an eye on. We're so used to Usmakabyle, even with his previous clubs he's represented in this competition, has been so sharp. Lethargy is not the word for it, but definitely something to keep an eye on. Smith Rowe, Trossard, along the ground towards Jesus. The knock-on unsuccessful. It's been attritional. It's passed the eye test so far as the Romanian. 5 to go till half-time. You just sense the nerves. Sense what it means for these two. Martinelli.
Good read. Really good read there.
Seems to be a late flurry. Maybe brewing for Usmakabyle, but it's URMA with the ball back. Trossard. Looking to hang one up towards Nketiah.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Both players wanting that final attack of the half. Looks like it might come the way of URMA if the referee allows it to. Sadly, no. And it will end as we retake our seats, Wes.
Standing room only at this commentary desk. It certainly is.
It's 0-0 as things stand. URMA, he's through to the final. But you almost think he needs a goal at this point. It seems so crazy to think, but you just can sense the heartbreak maybe on the horizon. The longer this is 0-0, the longer Usmakabyle still has a controller in his hands. You just know what he's capable of.
That's the thing, and that's the thing. It's a case of the game is not done. There's normally moments in the game where you think, well, that's enough, that's done. The reality, though, is that the game is not done, essentially, until Usmakabyle says it's done. That tends to be the kind of the rule of thumb. With how we're seeing them defensively, or how we're seeing URMA defensively play, it's a case of he's getting bodies across of Martinelli and the kind of the dribblers within Usmakabyle's team. It's getting them across them with super cancelling running, which kind of allows you to almost kind of just manually move your player in the way that you want them to. And critically as well, we're seeing cross-field balls from him as well, trying to, as you said, hang it up towards Nketiah.
Well, second half underway, it was Usmakabyle who got us back underway, but has given the ball away, and Jesus with the strike! Oh! It's off the frame.
What a moment that could have been.
How costly that giveaway could have been from the restart for Usmakabyle. URMA has looked very sharp in this game. Declan Rice just being patient, and as you say, Wes, as long as there's something to play for, you bet Usmakabyle is going to play for it. That's how he's created his reputation. It's how he's earned his World Championship titles, his many accolades.
I would say he's the eFootball boogeyman, but that would be a little bit of a disservice to him. He's more like the eFootball Babe Ruth. He's not a person that is shy of these opportunities and shy of these moments. And it'll just It'll take one gilt-edged opportunity for him. That's all it will take for Usmakabyle to take control of this game.
Still just always fascinating how, as we take a look at this chance that rattled off the frame, it's those quick chances that we see from Gabriel Jesus that both platforms are trying to utilise. Havertz, Martinelli, not for the first time his touch lets him down.
Anywhere will do.
Crossfield ball finds its way to Odegaard. You can see those knockdowns for URMA seem to be the order of the day.
They're certainly leaning on the agility of Gabriel Jesus to get those knockdowns. You'd say physically, supremacy normally is with Arsenal's backline. You talk about Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, Tomiyasu. They've all got that physicality about them to be able to win headers up against the likes of Trossard and Martinelli. They're seemingly doing that at will for URMA, but Gabriel Jesus seems to be winning a lot of headers down the stretch here for URMA.
Real chance. Trossard floats one through towards Jesus. You can almost, oh, that's so dangerous. Almost feel the concentration radiating from these two here. An incredible game we're seeing. It's just, as I said, the concentration. You can feel it coming through the screen. You can feel it from these players.
If we're this tense here, yeah. I can only imagine what it's like for them at home.
You can see it from URMA how switched on he needs to be defensively. We are so used to, in iterations of this competition in the past, and just in general as a trademark from Usmakabyle, he loves those cross-field balls, switching the play diagonally. Not for the first time we've seen URMA so switched on to get a man across manually over to that man, make it difficult for Usmakabyle. Don't let him play his game, but essentially disrupt his game plan. It's what you have to do. You can't let him settle into a rhythm. With that being said, though, it's still 0-0.
Yeah, it's still 0-0. There's still time on the clock. There is everything you could possibly be thinking of between these two. And as we said, so long as there is time on the clock, the dynamic of this group can change wildly. It really can.
Absolutely can. Of course, we're still waiting to see who will feature in the final of the mobile platform. We will be joining Mr. Tom Boy.
I'm sure our production team will be all over it. I would not be surprised if we see confirmation during this game. It may just break the tension for us on the commentary desk.
Well, look at these red shirts forward. Martinelli wanted to find Jesus, but well, those red shirts have stayed up here. That's a bit of a lazy ball towards Jesus. Headed on towards Kai Havertz. There's some tall men on the pitch now for Usmakabyle. He's given something to chase, and oh, who knows where that could have gone. Here's the group table, and well, look at that. It is Firewolf who makes his way to the final. Havertz, though, oh, he's taken down just outside the area, and there's so much information to process here. But what is important on what we're seeing on our screen is that URMA has a free kick in a very similar situation, but he was able to score against Melian the King earlier. Martinelli back to Jesus. Not as simple this time.
He certainly had it scouted. Just to clear it up, just for that brief break in play here, is that Firewolf has made it through to the mobile final alongside Mr. Tomboy on that tiebreaker that we mentioned about goals scored.
Yeah.
It just took, well, by the looks of things, it took 1-0, which is exactly what we kind of maybe predicted was going to happen. And now Firewolf has now got a date with Mr. Tomboy after the conclusion of this game. Of course, this game still has permutations for the console group. And like we said, it is so tight. And that is a live standing, and don't adjust your sets. If it does stay like this, Usmakabyle is gone and will not be in the console final. Of course, a goal the other way, or a goal for Usmakabyle, takes URMA out of it. It's unbelievable.
That is how tight it is, and Usmakabyle did set himself up incredibly well with that 6-1 win against Melly and the King. That goal difference is...
It's an extra point.
It's his best friend at this point. But has to get the ball back and has to score, and Jesus has wriggled free in the box. Martinelli was waiting. Well, just a bit of chaos created there by URMA. Usmakabyle with a potential break, but Smith Rowe is so quick to close down.
Such close, tight marking from URMA. Every time there looks to be a pass that's going to be distributed, it appears to just be a man just all over the ball carrier.
Ketia. His pass unsuccessful. Time is ticking down here. Usmakabyle, we've said it so many times, he's inevitable. He's in the box now with Trossard and Havertz. Oh! Oh my!
I thought that was it. I thought he broke it down there. It's a good block in the box. We'll see it again here. It's good build-up play by Usmakabyle. Slides it across. Havertz is there. It's a great block by Saliba. As you can see, it is action cam on us here. It really is, because we just... It's so close to call, and there's, what, 5 in-game minutes left here.
It's just one goal Usmakabyle needs. Back post towards Nketiah. Defended by Gabriel.
That'll do if you're URMA.
You would definitely think so. Territory-wise, Usmakabyle, I think, will be quite happy as well, because he knows he can put the pressure on and he'll win the ball back as well. One goal is all it will take. Defensively, URMA has been so switched on. To Usmakabyle's half, but somewhat of a waste, and this will take some time off the clock as Zinchenko has to give chase. 2 minutes added on. It is now or never. And what a ball that is to Trossard. Who's he looking for here? It's Havertz! Oh my word! Usmakabyle is inevitable. He's done it! One goal is all it would have taken. And it came at the last kick of the game, Wes. Virtually the last kick. He scored with Havertz.
It's heartbreak for URMA. It's jubilation for Usma. Again, it was really well worked down the left-hand side. It came very kindly here to Kai Havertz. Slotted it into the corner with not long left. As you can see the reaction by the pair of us, because it's been so tight. It has been so tight throughout the entire game. And it's the perfect time to score. There is no time to recover. There is no time. And as you quite rightly said, he's inevitable. As I said, as long as there's time on the clock, he will keep fighting. It doesn't matter to him what avenue he's down or what cul-de-sac it looks like he's trapped in. He will find a way out as Usmakabyle. He is a magician.
And do not mistake my reaction for disappointment. That is just pure empathy and heartbreak for URMA, because you can see in the group table, after leading it the entirety of the day, he won his first 2 matches, Wes. Now faces heartbreak.
To get 6 points in a group stage and still go out is a feeling that I know too well. To get 6 points and to have your goal difference taken away from you.
Yeah.
I think it was a PES League back in 2016 or 17 that I was competing in with a couple of notables in Eldridge O'Neill and Lutty in their group, in the group stage, in what was a group of death that day. I got 6 points that day and went out due to goal difference. And that I empathise with URMA here, because again, you've took 6 points in a group stage and still gone out. There's nothing more you can do.
Number 5.
That is just absolutely unbelievable. We're back underway, and time is not on Irma's side. It has to go forward. Havertz.
No.
Martinelli back to Jesus.
No.
And Martinelli again! He's back!
This is insane!
Back from the dead, it's Irma!
This is insane.
Absolutely unbelievable. I am down on my knees. He's done it!
That is insane. That is absolutely insane by URMA. Last kick of the game. We thought it was done. We thought he had no time. He went into added time of added time. I mean, you could even talk and say maybe the goal celebrations of Usmakabyl's players have then added onto the clock. It's absolutely unreal here.
The ice in that man's veins, knowing it had to go forward. It had to. That is unbelievable.
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
And it's, as the referee blows the final whistle,
I've got to
it's
applaud the pair of them.
another chapter in the book of Irma that we are in the front row to witness him writing. He's in the final.
I can't believe, I need to take a seat. I need to take a seat. I need to sit down. That is absolutely unreal.